I come out of group consultations buzzing because I've heard things and I felt positive about my patients in a way that I don't in a normal consultation.
The key benefits for patients really are learning from each other and demedicalising a long-term condition that they're working with.
They felt like they had more time with me, and their outcomes got better. So, across the board with all the patients, their numbers all improved. We identified sort of a cohort of patients. That was the first step. The next thing that we did is I had to then ring them all, which was the time-consuming bit.
The logistics of getting a group consultation up and running is difficult. It's a different thing to do, and so it can feel a bit complicated. And that's something that we're working very hard at the CCG to try and make as easy as possible. Try and get as much of that done by trained people who know what they're doing, so that we're not putting that burden onto general practices. The crucial thing is about knowing who your patients are who are going to turn up and getting relevant test results and other information pulled together so that that can be presented at the group consultation. It starts with the patients arriving and being welcomed by the facilitator. At that point, you've got no clinician in the room, and the facilitator has the opportunity to welcome the group, introduce them to each other, establish a few ground rules around working together, and talk about confidentiality. Then moving on, that facilitator then invites everybody to talk about what their questions are for the clinician and writes those up on a board. There's then a break, and in that break the clinician arrives and has a quick opportunity to talk to the facilitator, establish how the group is going, see what those questions are. The facilitator pulls the group back together, and the clinician has the opportunity to answer those questions that have already been decided, look at the results together and discuss those as people would wish, and also to then consult individually with all the members of the group. Exactly how you do that is slightly up to personal preference. The clinician leaves, and that's an opportunity then for the facilitator to wrap up with the patients who are present, to review what's been discussed, and to talk about next steps so that people have an opportunity to think about what they've heard and think about what they're going to do differently, and also to set a little bit of a plan for the next session.
Patients certainly found it positive. I mean, I'd found it positive. I enjoyed doing the sessions. It's something different to what you're normally doing, even though it is what you're normally doing, but it's just in a large group. It felt like a different way of doing things.
It's just talking to them in a way that actually helps them to engage and self-empower them.